Okay, let's get started. Today I'm going to talk about a brief introduction of iOS. Because you are all designers or UX designers, so I I won't go into too much technical details.
Sorry, what? Who switched off the aircon?
I think it didn't switch on.
You didn't switch on.
I heard Titi.
Always blame me.
Oh, he switched it off.
No.
I pressed then you press again. No. I thought you missed your.
Okay, this time not easy. Okay, yeah, let's continue.
Continue. So I will cover the UI appearance part of OS, introduce how to customize the UI, and especially with some new change in iOS 7. Okay, to start, we have talk about a little history in iOS. Let me see what's okay. So iOS was unveiled in 2007 with original iPhone. At that time, it was called iPhone OS because it's only for iPhone. With it was renamed to iOS with the introduction of iPad in 2010. And the major version was released annually. Each year have a new version. Current version is iOS 7, which was released on this fall. And iOS, the OS system is derived from OS 10, which is running in your computer Mac. So Mac and iOS 10 shares most of the foundations and various application frameworks. And iOS runs on iPhone, iPad, iPad mini, iPod Touch, and especially Apple TV. Okay, so this is a evolution of iOS home screens from the first version to iOS 7. You can see the dramatic change in iOS 7.
I like the 2.0.
2.0.
That one looks awesome.
Some security,
Yeah.
You mean the icon of the?
The icon,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's very outstanding.
Yes. Okay. So this is the iOS app. So how an iOS app is architecture? It's use the most common design strategy, MVC, which is Model View Controller. So you have a app have a data, which lets the user. Let's see this Hungry Go app. We have a restaurant, dishes. All these are data. So this is a model part, and the view is how you show the data. Let's say the image, the type, the label, the icons, and the buttons. These are views, and a controller is in the middle of model and views to how to move the model to how to move the data from model to view, and how to respond to the user interaction from views, and maybe update the model, save the new change, or pull the latest data from server. So that's a very simple architecture of the iOS app. So, and see, for you guys, the most interesting part is view. So I think in this talk I will focus on the view. So a view is basically what you see on the screen. So here this is the view, and it's actually there's a lot of simple views inside this big view. So let's say a small the head smile face is the view itself. The label, let's say the title of the restaurant is also a view itself. So the percentage of the likes is also a view itself. So image is also view self. So
Is it a link, is it? Or
no, it's a
It's an asset, right?
no, it's a it's an object or
View is something that is displayed on screen.
oh, okay.
yeah.
It can be text, it can be an image, it can be whatever you want.
So you can see it in a hierarchy of the view. So we call it view hierarchy. So the whole window is a view itself. So inside this window,
The mini view.
yeah, we have a status bar, we have a navigation bar, we have the tiles, dishes, restaurants, and inside each tiles we have an image and the indicator for the restaurant or dishes, so such as such. So here is a
Oh my god, so cool.
3D view of the view hierarchy. So you can see
Oh, so it's like
everything in the
that
view.
Oh my god.
Is it some tool or?
Yeah, it's a tools to debug actually.
Is this an image? Or
It's a video.
or this a video?
Firefox also allows this for CSS.
Yeah.
Does it?
It reminds me of Photoshop even
Huh?
Does it?
Yeah.
Firefox.
It's a plugin, is it?
The bug inspector now I think it's default. It's by default. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very similar to the inspector of the web
Yeah.
browser. You can see every view and see the attribute of the view. It's very helpful for the debug.
Sorry, can I go back to the slide?
Sure.
Yeah, so the question right is the header is one piece of the view.
Mm.
So does it mean that even though the header there are the hamburger icon, the filter icon on the right, and
Mm.
also around with the text, right? But it's actually a one piece of view.
No, I think it's because it's inside of the header view, so you cannot see it stand out. Actually, it's a view itself. Okay, so most of views that come from Apple, it's a standard UI kit element like the buttons, labels, more complex like table views or collection views. The view in the home screen of the Hungry Grow app is a collection view. So it's collection of the tiles. So, but
intersect.
Hmm?
Actually like intersect or
you can do whatever you want. So a table view, but table view is most likely a list of items. A collection, you can do a lot of things. This is like the standard views from Apple. But we can also do custom views. So let's see what kind of custom views, like the Hungry Group where button at the bottom of the screen. It's a custom view. When you tap this button, there's two menus slide out. This is a custom view with animation, and this is also a custom view. It's a paper light a view to view the newspaper, and at the left is the ring style views to toggle the section of newspaper and real-time news. So I will talk about some basic customization of the view in iOS. So a view, we can change background color. So let's say we set it to blue. And of course, you can also change opacity, change the alpha value, make it more transparent. And you can also add a border. Of course, you can change the color of the border or width of the border. You can also set a corner ratio. You can change the size of the corner. And lastly, you can set a shadow for a single view. You can change all sort of attribute of the shadow, the opacity, ratio, offset, or colors. And all these attributes are animatable. So you can create animation to change the color of the background, or the border, or the ratio, or the shadows. So that's the basic customization of a view in iOS. Later I will talk about more the customization because I think this part is most interesting for the designers. Okay. Now, speaking of animation, with iOS 7, we have a new way to animation. It's called dynamic behavior for views. So it's basically mimic the real-world effect or the characteristic for views. So it's like bring the physics engine to the application UI. I would say that. So this is some basic type of dynamic behavior we can build for iOS views. Of course, we can do it before iOS 7, but with iOS 7, we can do it very easily. So I think for designers or especially UX designer, you can. Previously, we design two types of things to design. One is the graphic design, how the view looks like or how the app looks like. Second is interaction design, how to go as a one view to another view, how to go one screen to another screen. And I will suggest the third design, which design the animation. So how the view will looks like more like a real object, so it can make the user more delight or more like to use the app. So first one is gravity. So very simple, just like a drop to the ground. So second one is gravity plus collision. So when you hit the ground, will bounce a little bit. And third one is the attachment. So the square will attach to the red dot. So the blue dot is the attach point of this attachment. So you can think of there's a line or a sticker between the red dot and blue dot. So when you move the red dot, this one, and move the red dot, the square will follow the red dot. Okay. So of course you can. This is a hard bound. You can also make the bound a little bit spring effect. So like this one. So it bounces a little bit.
Can make the game already?
Yeah, but for game, there's another more powerful framework for this. But this one is most like for your UI. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Last one is the snap effect. So when you click one, it will snap to the position. So these are very basic dynamic behavior for views. We can also combine all these basic elements to build a more complex behaviors. So with this, I will mostly focus on the customization of app appearance. To start with it, I will talk about the app icon. So I think you all know that the app icon, there's a small change in app icon with iOS 7. First is the corner ratio is different, so you can see the difference in the third image. So previous the app icon is 47 points. Now it's 60 points. And iOS 7 also introduced Apple also introduced a grid system for app icon. So to expand what's grid system is like, show a video for the system icons. So it's like according to Apple, it's the grid system makes the app the icons more coherence in the whole system. But Apple designer, even Apple designer are not follow this criticism strictly. So I think just feel free to break rules. Okay, and next is a launch image. I want to highlight one point is now we can specify different launch image based on iOS versions. You can have a one for iOS 6, one for iOS 7. So because the status bar change, so maybe you need or you want to have different version. So speaking of status bar, there's a it's very big change with the status bar. Now status bar have two styles. First one is dark content on the light background. The second is a light content on the dark background. So previously the status bar will draw the background itself, but now it's actually don't do that. So you can think of the style is only effect on the content. So if you have a view under the status bar, you will see through the status bar too. So that's a very big change. So I will see you can think of the status bar is a layer above all these views. So it's a very top view, and it's transparent. Like say, this is the view on without status bar. So you can see status bar is above this view. Yeah, so it's transparent. There's no content is in status bar itself.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
You know Genio, right? They got the pattern behind that title bar. So
Pattern?
actually when I slice, right, I don't need to, I can just actually do without this black bar, right? Then the status bar will be transparent overlay on a wood texture.
Correct. Yes. So I will talk about this later. So you can change the bar background. Previously you set it, let's say 44 points. Now you can set to 64 points. So make the background extend to the status bar. So it's like status bar above the navigation bar.
So the slice, so next time when we have the slice of top bar, right? The height will be increased. Like have to cover the status bars, right?
Yeah, it's depends on your design. If you want status bar, it's black and then
We don't.
yeah, don't need to do that. Yeah. So another thing is status bar can be changed based on the screen. So a different screen you can have a different status bar, and also in the same screen you can change the status bar based on some conditions. So like say here I have a TikTok game. So let's say I play, and after I finish the game, I'll change the whole screen, and the status bar will be changed also. So that's one thing you can think of how to design the screens.
Sorry, jump in a bit.
Yeah.
Right? Last time when we was like we were looking at it together, because to iOS 7, right, everywhere got a problem on like the drawer.
Drawer.
Yeah. So because normally the design for drawer, right, has some kind of like is contrast color. For example, the whole page there is a light background. Then on the drawer is a dark background. So how do we deal with the transparent background for the status bar? Any suggestion or something like
For drawer, it's a bit hard because the drawer is show half the screen. So you still have the light background on the right. So I think you want to decide which stick to which one.
Like which
With the
is
background,
more, like the black is more space, so just use that one, right?
I think you can try both and which one is looks better.
So actually, try to avoid using black or white for the design as a background, right? Like, for example,
Also-
if I use the gray color, then no issue, it can be seen on like both black and white.
Alright, yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
So
Or I-
avoid have both.
Don't put status bar.
Yeah.
I think for apps that have need support both iOS 6 or iOS 7, you can stick to the iOS 6 style. Always make the status bar black or white.
Because now it's the intermediate time now, so we
Correct.
can't really have it. But maybe sometimes later on, when iOS 6 is kind of like retired,
Yeah, fade
then
out.
we can focus on iOS.
Correct. Yes. So this is what I just talked about. You can specify a larger, a taller background for the background navigation bar, so it will tend to expand to the status bar. So next thing is very different. It's a change in the background back button. So now, as you see in the left image, on the right image, there's a indicate image plus the title. So we can both customize the indicate image and the title. So let's say I want a back button like this, so I want to change the indicate image. So you can specify a indicate image like this. So it's two different settings. And one thing I want to point is because this one, when you click the back button, where the view will push left and the previous view will push in, so there's a animation in the navigation bar. So actually, the title of the back button will be cut or be cropped with the indicated image. So to do that, we can specify if we want to do it like the system back button, we can specify a mask image. So after we have a mask image, we can also have a same effect when the navigation bar in the animation. So know that this image must be match the indicated image, the mask image. So that's a new way to customize the back button.
I don't understand.
So means
Why
the
would that one happen?
the standard back button is have a error indicate image. So let's say we want to customize this image, and for the standard back indicator image, when the standard bar because when we push the back button, the new view will push in, and the navigation bar will be there is an animation in the navigation bar. So actually I can show you in the
Saying that the arrow in the back button will remain static during the animations.
But
Then
the words will
something
move.
other stuff will move. So it's important the arrow's dimensions are maintained.
Okay. I understand. So the transition of the text in the title bar will shift this way, is it?
Something like that.
so it's, So let's see. Notice the animation in the navigation bar.
This is fast.
So
Go somewhere else within the.
slow animation.
Wow, so cool one ah.
See.
Oh. No, but one
The
thing why?
triangle
It
part.
goes that way what? It goes that way, it doesn't go this way.
Okay, let's see. Push again. See.
Oh.
Oh.
That's one talking about. Let's say one more. So it's in the cut off the title.
Oh, it's very subtle.
Yeah, very subtle.
So you want to mask, but why mask? I mean, the standard Apple they don't even mask. So it's
Mask. Actually, mask is error. It's triangle. So if you don't mask, then the key. Let's say I push this English, the keyboard will be underneath the error, but it has masked, so you don't see the keyboard title here and here. So let's see again.
Yeah, they must
See.
be opposite side.
Yeah.
So now,
So if we want to have this. So if we want a scene effect, then we specify a mask image based on our own design. So make sure the mask image match the indicated image.
sorry. So for UI, right? These two images, right? The mask and also the button itself, right? It's coded in graphic or is a slice graphic? That.
It's a sliced graphic. It's a separate graphic.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a two image, two settings in the code.
So if we want to do something masking like this, right, then we have to provide the masking.
Correct.
graphic also.
A designer must
Masking graphic.
just black image, black color, solid color. It's
Any color.
yeah, any color.
No, wait, so the mask is not the other side, huh? It's not this triangle. It's mask. The shape is actually.
The inner triangle.
Huh?
Yeah, mask side.
This side.
This
So okay, I think the question is, so it's a black. The black part is a mask or the white part is a mask here, like this.
no, the triangle is a mask.
Intersect, is it?
Yeah, this one is a mask image.
And then I put it on the cross one, the arrow.
Yeah, so it will mask this error to show the title. Only this error. This error.
Okay.
This is the new way to design the back button. Of course, the old way is still still exists. So you can use all the background image for the back button. So another change in back button is if we use the indicated image plus title way to customize the back button, we have a adaptive back button, by which I mean the back button will change in different ways based on the title of the screen and the length of the title and the length of the back button title. See, we have three types. So first one is normal. We push in, so the back button will show the title of the previous screen. So this one is very normal because this current screen's title is short, so it will show the whole back button, including the indicated image and the back button title. So let's say I have a very long title in the current screen. So this is what this is what will happen. So it will choose a back as a back button title, not the previous screen's title. So let's say I have a very long title, so this will happen. So it will only show the indicator image.
It cannot be longer than
Yeah. So this is a adaptive back button. So this is also one of the benefits. We use indicator image past title way to customize the back button. So next one is the theme color. So here is the three system app. You can see there's one very common thing is that a lot of the indicate or introductive error is using the same color. So this is achieved by setting the tint color. So the tint color is the property or attribute of the view. So the title, the label, the buttons, the navigation bars, the tab bars all have a tint color, and the whole screen, a window also has a tint color. So if we set the tint color, let's say in the window, the setting will propagate through the view hierarchy. So it will set all the tint color of the subviews. So this one, let's say the middle screen is actually set the blue tint color in the window. So all the titles, the image in the table views, the buttons in the navigation bar will all have the same tint color. So this will introduce a new way to make the app looks more coherently using the same color. Okay. Another new thing in images, we now have a very easy way to use the template image, which means let's say on the left is the original image, the slight gradient of the golden color, and we can use this image as a template image because previously I set a tint color. Let's say I set this image in the buttons, so I can use it as a template image. So if the tint color change, this image will automatically set the tint color.
Whoa.
So it's very easy way to customize use the image to customize, let's say, buttons or the icons and the table views.
Is it editable? The tint color?
A tint color, I haven't tried, but I believe it's should be.
Okay.
Because after I set the tint color, I can immediately refresh all the screen. So so now image we can have a rendering mode automatically or always use the original or always use the template. Set automatically means the OS will choose the original or template based on the context. Let's say label maybe let's say the bar button maybe will use the template because it's more as an interactive error, but a background image maybe always use the original. So when you set automatically, the system will choose it based on the context.
So can I say one of the application for this, right? This feature, right, is let's say one app, right? I can let the users to customize the theme.
Correct. That's a very good example. Yeah. So there are some resource, design resource, iOS app design resource. I think you all know the 3 documents: the UI transaction guides, the human interface guidelines.
Design resources is the one that was shared, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's 3 documents, and another one is a video from WWDC. It's not very technical. It's actually just like what I talked just now. It shows all the UI element how to customize. So I will recommend you guys to check it out. There's a lot. I cannot cover all the things like the table views and the UI buttons, all these new changes. So let's conclude. So that's it. Thank you. Any questions? No? Okay.
So can I say that most of the app, right, for iOS server, right, we can actually do it on native entirely, just changing color, because currently the style, right, is more like flat and
Yeah,
shapeless.
correct. Yeah, actually.
So we can change it.
I just use a team color. Actually, most of the app I use, the new update app, can have the same design, just the basic design, and use different color. So I don't know, it's like the very early age of the iOS apps. It also use the standard UI, but later on it will evolve to use a custom UI. Yeah. So maybe there's also a similar transition period. Maybe next year or the year after later. So we can have a more customized or.
So it's more, actually the point here is will be more focused on those intuitive animation.
Correct.
And UX part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very sad.
Okay. Thank you.